Hello, everyone, and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain. And today, sit a while, for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 7 with my Tampa Bay Lightning Historical Challenge. Alrighty, we have 6 games left in April to solidify our spot in the second seed in the East, at least hopefully. We have a 4 point lead over the Sens, and we have a game on. We cannot finish lower than third this season, so it is mathematically impossible. So that means we're gonna face either the sixth or seventh seed, which right now are the Montreal Canadiens and the New Jersey Devils. So yeah, um, we're about to run out of time for the challenge, so I need to put my shit together and win the Stanley Cup here soon, at least. And yeah, now if I don't win it this year, hopefully Abibulin gets back to his previous form as far as ratings and everything, since he was back playing in the NHL, next year. But other than that, I think we're outplaying the opposition most games. Sometimes we just don't get the goaltending. On the injury front, we have Brian Rafalski. That's day to day. He has a sore ankle. And then Michael Anzus is still out for 1 to 2 months with bone edema in his wrist. So that's pretty much it. We are in Florida, next door to play against the Florida Panthers, who are 34, 35, and 8. That's good for 10th in the East. They are still battling for a playoff spot, so I expect a pretty good opposition. On top of that, we are 1-3 against them this season. We have not been playing very well against the Panthers. Right, so Nikolai Bibolin is going to be in net for us. He has a snowflake to his name. Jose Theodore is going to be in net for the Panthers. He has 2 fires. And of course, go Lightning, go. And then hopefully we're going to be able to do some damage in the playoffs. Oh yeah. All right, so we start the month with a bang with an 8-1 win here in Florida against the Panthers. We outshot the Panthers 41-19. Bill Guerin was the first star of the game. He had a hat trick, 3 goals. Matt Sundin was the second star with 4 assists, making a pretty strong bid to reach 100 points here. Sergei Gonchar is the third star with 3 assists. Alright, so Bill Guerin opened up the scoring 28 seconds into the first period. That was his 15th from Matt Sundin and Sergei Gonchar. Then Bill Guerin again from Matt Sundin and Keith Kitchuk. Then Vili Peltonen scored from Ed Jaranovsky and Vyacheslav Kozlov. It was a 3-0 Tampa Bay lead after 1. Then in the second period, Keith Kitchuk scored from Matt Sundin and Ryan Smith. It was 4-0. Then in the third period, Ryan Smith scored from Boris Mironov and Martin Straka. Martin Straka scored his 15th from Sergei Gonchar. Then the Panthers scored. It was 6-1 Tampa Bay at that point. Bill Guerin completed his hat trick on the power play from Sergei Gonchar and Matt Sundin, and then Markus Naslund also scored on the power play from Boris Mironov and Vili Peltonen. It was an 8-1 final score, and we had a fight between Chris Dingman and Ed Jovanovski. Really good game here. We want to finish with a bang entering into the playoffs. We want to be on a hot streak. Alright, good night for Bill Guerin. He had a hat trick, as we saw, and then Sundin had 4 assists, as we saw as well. Steve Hines is back from suspension in Boston, back in the lineup over there. John Leclerc extends his point streak to 13 games with 2 goals against the Sabres. Saku Koivu is back from suspension in Philadelphia. And William Davidson is satisfied with my work. We went 9-3-3 last month. Alright, and now we are back home, and we are going to be hosting the New Jersey Devils, which is one of the potential teams that we might face in the first round. So the Devils are 36, 32, and 10, and they are 7th in the East right now. We are 1-2 against the Devils this season, so if we are to face them, hopefully we can reverse our fortunes a little bit. Alright, so Martin Brodeur is going to be in net for the Devils. We are going to go with Johan Edberg. Oh, another decisive victory here. We won 7-2. Scoring a lot of goals. Hopefully we still have some goals in the tank for the playoffs. Alright, so we outshot the Devils 37-22. Steve Ruchin was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Vili Peltonen was the second star with 2 goals and an assist. And Markus Naslund was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. 14,785 people in attendance for the game. Vyacheslav Kozlov opened up the scoring in the first from Martin Straka and Bill Guerin. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay at that point. Then the Devils tied the game. It was Peter Sikora's 40th of the season. Pretty good mark there. So it was tied at 1 after 1. Then the second period was all Lightning. Sergei Gonchar scored from Rob Blake and Matt Sundin. Then Vili Peltonen from Sergei Gonchar and Steve Ruchin. Markus Naslund scored his 15th from Rob Blake and Vili Peltonen. Then Keith Kitchuk from Matt Sundin. And then Vili Peltonen from Steve Ruchin and Markus Naslund. It was 6-1 Tampa Bay after 2. Then in the third period, Steve Ruchin scored from Markus Naslund and Boris Mironov, made it 7-1. And then the Devils scored one more goal, made it 7-2. But yeah, that was a 5-goal deficit. That was more than enough for us to win our 48th game of the season. A memorable night for Saku Koivu. He had a hat-trick against the Hurricanes. John Leclerc's point streak ended at 13 games. He was held scoreless against the Red Wings. Suspension over for Sillinger with the Wings. He is back in the lineup over there. Okay, we have one more day off. Then we're going to host the Bruins. Strong game for Jaromir Jagr. He had 2 goals and 6 assists. Whoa. That was a 13-2 trouncing of the Hurricanes. Whoa! Who said that offense was dead in 2000, right? Alright, so 2 goals and 6 assists for Jagr. That's a fantastic game there. Mario Lemieux was he only had a 4 assist game in there. I thought he would have more. I mean, don't get me wrong, a 4 assist game is still pretty good. Sean McEachern had 3 goals and an assist in that same game. Brian Rafalski feeling better for us. He might be back soon. Alright, we are hosting the Bruins. They are 32, 38, and 8. They are 11th in the East, and they are clinging to a very faint hope of playoffs here. But more than likely, it's not going to happen for them. They would need to win. They would need to win their remaining 4 games and leapfrog everybody that's in front of them and everything. So yeah, if we take just 1 point from them, they won't be able to make the playoffs. Or yeah, they might get the tiebreaker with the Islanders, I guess. All right. We are 1-0-2 against the Bruins. I don't know if I mentioned it. Right, so Stefan Fiset is going to be in net for the Bruins. Last time he was in net for them, he completely out-goalied us. We're going to go with Nikolai Abibulin. And we lost 5-2. Right, another bad performance by Nikolai Abibulin here. We outshot Boston 34-20. Ray Bourque was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Glenn Murray was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Marty Riesner was the third star with a goal and an assist. 14,620 people in attendance for the game. Alright, so Boston scored the first goal of the game in the first. It was 1-0. Then they scored again in the second period, made it 2-0. Then Sergei Gonchar scored from Matt Sundin. It was 2-1 Boston. Then they scored again, made it 3-1. Then we scored again. Bill Guerin scored on the power play from Ryan Smith and Sergei Gonchar. It was 3-2 Boston after 2. Looked like we might be coming back in that one. but we allowed 2 more goals in the third period and we lost 5-2. Not a good game after 2 very solid performances. And now we are hitting the road for the rest of the month with a Eastern Canadian trip. All right, so Rafalski is completely recovered, so that's good. A good puck mover from the back end. And now we are going to be playing in Montreal against the Habs. They are 37, 30, and 13. That's good for 5th in the East. We are 2-0-1 against the Habs this season. Let's see if we can bounce back again after that loss that we suffered against the Bruins. Johan Edberg is going to be in net for us. Bruce Racine is going to be in net for the Habs. And we won 3-1. All right, nice road win here. We outshot Montreal 31-28. Teppo Numinen was the first star of the game. He had an assist. John Leclerc was the second star with an assist, and Boris Smirnov was the third star with an assist as well. All right, nobody scored in the first period. Then Martin Straka scored in the second period from Teppo Numinen and Sergei Gonchar. Then Marcus Naslund from Alexander Mogilny and Mikael Nylander. It was a 2-0 lead for Tampa Bay after 2. Then in the third period, Bill Guerin scored from Keith Kitchuk and Boris Mironov. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Montreal scored, made it 3-1, but they ran out of time. We held on to our 2-goal lead and won 3-1 here in Montreal. Oh, Scott Young is... it's day-to-day. Okay. With a bruised cheekbone. Alright, so we should be good. We should have people that can come in. Yeah, we have Varlamov and Sheslivy that can come in. So I'm not overly worried about it. Oh, Joseph Dano is on waivers. I'm not going to pick him up. Strong night for Mario Lemieux. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Buffalo Sabres. Right, we are going to end the season with 2 games in 2 nights. Starts in Toronto against the Leafs. They are 25, 46, and 10. That's good for 13th. In the East, we are 2-0 against Toronto this season. Nikolai Abibulin is going to be in net for us. He's going to be facing Mikhail Stalenkov. And that's a 7-2 victory. There you go. Shots were tied 28 apiece, so Stalenkov really didn't do very good. Alright, so Sergei Gonchar was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Matt Sundin was the second star with a goal and 2 assists. And Bill Guerin was the third star with 2 goals and an assist. Alright, so Matt Sundin opened up the scoring in the first period. That was his 40th of the season on the power play from Bill Guerin and Sergei Gonchar. And then Toronto tied the game shortly after. But then shortly after that, we took the lead back. Rob Blake scored from Mikael Nylander and Peter Sheslivy. 2-1 Tampa Bay after 1. Then in the second period, Sergei Gonchar scored from Vili Peltonen and Alexander Mogilny. And then Bill Guerin scored his 20th on the power play from Matt Sundin and Sergei Gonchar. And that was officially Matt Sundin's 100th point in this season. So Matt Sundin reached 100 points with us. Pretty good. It was 4-1 after everything was said and done in the second period. Then Boris Mironov scored in the third period from Matt Sundin and Keith Kitchuk. Then Bill Guerin from Keith Kitchuk and Rob Blake. Then finally Peter Sheslivy from Marcus Naslund and Brian Rafalski. It was 7-1. Toronto added a goal, made it 7-2 in that game. But we won 7-2. Pretty good game. Alright, so Darby Hendrickson is back from suspension for the Leafs. Good for him. The season's pretty much over. So. Strong game for Brian Savage with the Habs. He had a hat-trick against the Suns. Alright, so we are assured to finish second. And let's see here. And we're going to face either the Devils or the Islanders. We cannot face anybody else. All right, so last game of this season, we are going to be in Ottawa to play against the Sens. Sens are 44-29 and 8. That's good for third in the East. We are 1-2 against the Sens this season. Even if we lose, they cannot catch us. This is the last game of the season for both of us, and we have an 8-point lead. All right, Johan Edberg is going to be in net for us, while both of my goaltenders have snowflakes going into the playoffs. That's not good. And then Mika Kiprusov is going to be in net for Ottawa. And we won 5-2, and Edberg got one fire. All right, we'll take what we can. Oh wow, we were outshot in that game 40-24, but we managed to win 5-2. Steve Ruchin was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Marcus Neslund was the second star with a goal and an assist, and Johan Edberg was the third star with 38 saves and the W. Alright, so Ottawa scored first in the first period, then we tied the game. Marcus Neslund scored from Steve Ruchin and Brian Rafalski, but then the Sens took the lead back before the end of the period. It was 2-1 Ottawa after 1. In the second period, we had Sergei Gonchar scoring his 15th from Martin Straka and Keith Kitchuk. It was tied at 2 after 2. Then in the third period, we had Teppo Numinen scoring from Martin Straka, then Vili Peltonen scoring his 15th from Matt Sundin, and finally Alexander Mogilny from Marcus Neslund and Steve Ruchin, and it was a 5-2 victory. Alright, so Sundin ended the season with what, 103 points, I think? Suspension over for Yann Laperriere, and Scott Young is feeling better. So did everybody play out of their games? I think so. So let's look. $102 points for Sundin. So he finished 5th. So 5 guys got 100 points. Jagger 112. That 8-point game, of course, probably helped him leapfrog Sakic. Sakic is second at 110. Lemieux 106. Paul Carrier 102, and Matt Sundin 102 as well. Wow, Paul Coffey had 83 points in San Jose. 38-year-old Paul Coffey had a ridiculously good season there. Good for him. All right, so let's move on here. And yeah, we're going to be facing the Devils in the first round of the playoffs. Oh, the case of the Stars missing gloves. So it's Darren McCarty's gloves that went missing. All right. In Carolina. All right, so at least they're still active. They're going to be playing in the playoffs. All right, so we're going to go through the nominees for the trophies. So for the art, it's going to be between Jaromir Jagr, Joe Sakic, and Mario Lemieux. For the Vizina, we're looking at Curtis Joseph, Dominic Hasek, and Mike Rosati. The Norris is going to be between Nick Lidstrom, Rob Blake, and Sergei Gonchar. So we have 66.67% chance of winning the Norris. Will we, though? I think it's crazy that Paul Coffey is not nominated with his 83-point season. I think Lidstrom is going to win it anyway. The Calder is going to be between Chris Drury, Kevin Weeks, and Martin Biron. Oh, 2 goaltenders for the Calder. That's pretty rare. The Calder is very rarely awarded to a position other than forward. GM of the Year is between Craig Patrick, Dean Lombardi, and Don Maloney. Of course, I am not nominated despite the great improvements that I've made, which on the forums, that's what the devs said. You have to make great improvements to be nominated, yet the Pittsburgh Penguins are good every year, and here they are. The Selkie is between Guy Carbonneau, Mike Keane, and Ron Francis. Lady Bing between Joe Sakic, Pavel Datsuk, and Peter Sikora. Mark Messier Leadership Award between Al McInnes, Chris Chelios, and Luke Robitaille. The Ted Lindsay between Jagger Sakic and Mario Lemieux. The Ted Lindsay Award and the art is always the three same finalists. Jack Adams between Brian Sutter, Paul Maurice is getting nominated, and Scotty Bowman. And Scott Young is feeling better. All right, let's go and take a look at the playoff 3 here. All right, so in the West, we have St. Louis is going to play against San Jose. Calgary against the Avalanche. The Kings are facing off against the Red Wings, and Vancouver is going to play Dallas. In the East, we have the Islanders against the Pittsburgh Penguins. We are taking on the Devils. Carolina is playing Ottawa, and Montreal is playing the Rangers. All right, folks, that's the moment of truth. Go Lightning, go. We need to win the Stanley Cup. That's the challenge. The challenge is not to just make it to the playoffs. All right, so first game here, we're going to take a look at the Devils lineup here. So Devils finished the season at 37, 34, and 11. We went 2-2 in the regular season against them. All right, so they have Bob Basson and John McLean are both hurt, so they're not going to be playing. So in net, of course, they're going to have Martin Brodeur. They have Thomas Vokoun as the backup. Vokoun is not developed yet, although he's 23. Thomas Vokoun kind of developed on the late in real life, so I'm guessing that's why. Brad Bombardier, Roman Amerlik, Jason Smith, Chris Phillips, Tommy Albeline, Scott Niedermeyer, Trigg, and Bikov on D. Then Philippe Bozon, Chorsky, Skrudland, Kapanen, Friesen, Zelipukin, Jomf, Yell, Isobart, Sikara, Lemieux, Richer, and Rolston up front. Alright, hopefully we can beat the Devils. Alright, so that's going to be our lineup for the first game of the playoffs. So Sundin with Kitchuk and Guerin, that's a pretty big line. They are all big bodies there. Then Straka with Ryan Smith and Scott Young, Ruchin with Kozlov and Peltonen, and Nylander with Naslund and Mogilny. On D we have Gonchar with Rob Blake, Boris Mironov with Brian Rafalski, and Francis Bouillon with Teppo Numinen. Alright, so it's going to be Martin Brodeur in net for the Devils. We are going with Nikolai Abibulin. Alright, we started with a 5-1 win against the Devils, so we take a 1-0 lead into the series. We outshot the Devils 31-14. Rob Blake was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and 2 assists. Matt Sundin was the second star with 2 goals and an assist, and Bill Guerin was the third star with 2 assists. 18,861 very motivated people in attendance for Tampa Bay because we have a pretty good team. Right, Rob Blake opened up the scoring in the first period from Marcus Naslund and Sergei Gonchar. It was 1-0, but then Bozon tied the game. But then Matt Sundin gave us the lead back from Sergei Gonchar and Rob Blake. 2-1 Tampa Bay after 1. Then in the second period, Matt Sundin scored again from Vyacheslav Kozlov and Rob Blake. It was 3-1 Tampa Bay in the second period, after 2, sorry. And we had a fight between Keith Kitchuk and Claude Lemieux. Yeah, I can see that happening. Then Brian Rafalski scored in the third period from Bill Guerin and Keith Kitchuk. And then Rob Blake from Matt Sundin and Bill Guerin, 5-1. The final score. Pretty good statement game to start the series here. Of course, it's not over. Detroit beat LA, Calgary beat Colorado, Dallas beat Vancouver, San Jose beat St. Louis, Montreal beat the Rangers, Pittsburgh won against the Islanders, and Carolina won 1-0 against the Suns. All right, game 2, of course, still at home. We have home ice advantage. Martin Brodeur is going to be in net for the Devils, so we still have Nikolai Abibulin on our end. And we won 2-1. Awesome. We outshot the Devils 42-22, so the score was tight, but we it looks like we dominated most of the game. Matt Sundin, yet again a good game, first star, a goal and an assist. Martin Brodeur got the second star with 40 saves despite the loss, and Roman Amerlik was the third star with an assist. 16,423 people in attendance to see the Lightning take a 2-0 lead in the series. Nobody scored in the first, then in the second period, Matt Sundin scored from Keith Kachuk. Then in the third period, Boris Mironov scored from Matt Sundin. It was 2-0 Tampa Bay. With 15 seconds left to go, probably with an extra attacker, New Jersey scored, made it 2-1, but there was only 15 seconds left. It was not enough to tie the game. So we won 2-1. Oh, Boris Mironov is day to day. Big game for Corey Stillman in Calgary. He had 4 assists against the Colorado Avalanche. Alright, so Detroit won against LA. Oh, Calgary beat Colorado again. Vancouver beat Dallas. San Jose beat St. Louis again. Wow, St. Louis didn't score a goal in 2 games. Rangers won against Montreal. Pittsburgh won against the Islanders. Carolina beat Ottawa. Ottawa also hasn't scored a goal in those playoffs yet. And then we beat the Devils. Alright, so yeah, we should be good. Alright, Darren McCarty is happy. His gloves were in Eric Weinrich's bag. It's not like Darren McCarty is a scoring machine. That's not exactly what he was doing out there. Alright, so the series moves to New Jersey for Game 3. If we win, we are going to take a serious option on the series here. So Abby Bullen and Brother are the goaltenders still. Oh, we lost 4-3, so the Devils are coming back in this series. We're still up 2-1. We outshot the Devils 25-18, so yeah, Abby Bullen didn't have a good game at all. Even Brother didn't have a very good game. It was a case of which goaltenders was the less mediocre in that particular game. Scott Niedermayer was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Sergei Gonchar was the second star with 2 assists. And Peter Sikora was the third star with a goal and an assist. Oh, the Devils scored 3 times in the first period, so it was 3-0 New Jersey after 1. Then nobody scored in the second. Then we tied the game in the third period. We scored 3 unanswered goals of our own. Ryan Smith from Sergei Gonchar and Rob Blake. Then Francis Bouillon from Steve Ruchin. Matt Sundin on the power play from Alexander Mogilny and Sergei Gonchar. It was tied at 3, but with 5:39 left to go in the third period, Stéphane Richer scored on the power play, and that ended up being the game winner. That first period killed us. Ooh, Mario Lemieux has a day-to-day injury. So I don't know if he's going to be able to continue playing against the Islanders there. Mike Sullivan is hurt for 4 months, so his playoffs are over. Mike Sullivan is playing for San Jose, so he's out for the rest of the year. So LA beat Detroit. Calgary beat Colorado again. Wow, Calgary might sweep the Avs at this point. Vancouver beat Dallas. St. Louis beat San Jose 6-1, so they finally scored some goals. Rangers are ahead against the Abs. Islanders won a game. Ottawa won a game. Okay, so I don't think there's a single series that's 3-0. So it's not just us. Alright, so Anzus is feeling better. We could use him. He's a type of guy that you like to have in the playoffs. He's responsible defensively, can take face-offs pretty good. He has a little bit of offense as well. Not necessarily, he's a fairly big body, but he wasn't necessarily a super physical player per se. But even if you're not physical and you're big, that still gives you an advantage, like to protect the puck and stuff like that. So. All right, game 4. I would like to win this game very much. So we're going to have Nikolai Abibulin in net. They are going to have Martin Brodeur. Come on, Lightning, go. And we lost 2-1. Alright, series is tied at 2. We completely outshot the Devils 48-23. Stefan Yell was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Keith Kitchuk was the second star with a goal. And Martin Brodeur was the third star with 47 saves. Alright, so Devils scored the first goal of the game in the second period, and then they scored again in the third period. They had a 2-0 lead. Then Keith Kitchuk scored with 3:33 left to go, in the third period from Rob Blake and Matt Sundin. And we just couldn't tie the game. Couldn't solve Brodeur. Brodeur is, of course, JT Dutch's favorite goaltender of all times, and I'm saying that with a lot of sarcasm in my voice. Oh, I forgot to look at the other scores. Alright, Boris Mironov might be coming back soon. Alright, so the Devils are back in town. Game 5, series is tied at 2. Yeah, we kind of need a win here. Brodeur is going to be in net for the Devils. We're still going to Abibulin. And we lost 3-2. So we are facing elimination, folks. We outshot the Devils 44-23. Roman Amerlik was the first star of the game. He had a goal. Alexander McGillney was the second star with 2 assists. And Brodeur yet again third star with 42 saves. 16,245 people feeling pretty dejected here in Tampa Bay. We took the lead in the first period. Brian Rafalski scored from Marcus Neslin and Alexander McGillney. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay at that point. Then the Devils tied the game in the second period. It was tied at 1. Then in the third period, former Tampa Bay Lightning Roman Amerlik gave the lead to the Devils, but Matt Sundin scored his 5th of the playoffs on the power play from Martin Strucker and Alexander McGillney. It was tied at 2 at that point, but then Mats Trigg scored the game winner with 7:39 left to go in the third period. We couldn't tie the game, and now we are facing elimination. And we lost Brian Rafalski. Oh, he's day-to-day. Okay. Pavel Dimitra got hurt in Ottawa. He's out for 8 months. Oh boy, it's a concussion. Oh, that sucks for Ottawa. 8 months, that means he's going to miss the start of the next season as well. I think that for realism purposes, like for concussions, they should just say that he's out indefinitely, because we don't know. You never know with a concussion how long you're going to be out. Now, I understand for a programming standpoint and everything. I know, they treat injuries kind of all the same. I mean, not for, length of injuries and everything, but like for how it's reported and everything. So I understand that for a programming perspective, but for realism's sakes, injuries like, concussions should just be, indefinitely. You don't know. You don't know when you're getting him back. Maybe getting more reports of how they're doing. Alright, so Detroit beat LA, Colorado beat Calgary, Vancouver beat Dallas, St. Louis beat the Sharks, Rangers beat Montreal, Pittsburgh beat the Islanders, Ottawa beat Carolina, and we are facing elimination. Alright, so I don't need to do anything because Boris Mironov is back, so... Alright, hopefully we can go and win a game in New Jersey. We haven't been able to do that in that series. We're going to stick to Nikolai Abibulin, apparently. Martin Brodeur is going to be in net for the Devils. He has 2 fires. Come on, guys. And we lost 6-4. That's a first-round exit. We didn't get the goaltending. The entire time, that's what I was afraid of. Alright, so we outshot the Devils 29-24. Peter Sikora was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Alexander McGillney was the second star with 2 assists. And Brian Rolston was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. So Mikael Nylander scored the first goal in the first period from Alexander Mogilny and Sergei Gonchar, and the Devils tied the game. And then we scored 2 goals: Vyacheslav Kozlov from Teppo Numinen and Steve Ruchin, and then Martin Straka scored on the power play from Alexander Mogilny and Teppo Numinen. 3-1 at that point. The Devils did score to come back to within one. It was 3-2 Tampa Bay after one. Nobody scored in the second period. Then the Devils tied the game at the start of the third period. Shortly after, Bill Guerin gave us the lead back from Keith Yachuk and Matt Sundin. It was 4-3 Tampa Bay. And then the wheels fell off the wagon. We allowed 3 unanswered goals, and we lost 6-4. All right. Suspension for Magnus Arvidsson with the Kings. He's going to miss 1 game. All right. All right. So San Jose beat St. Louis, and Colorado beat the Flames. I believe that's it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah. Oh, Colorado came back. I think the Flames won the first 3 games. All right, so in the second round, we're going to have Vancouver against the Sharks and then Detroit against Colorado. In the East, we're going to have the Devils against the Pittsburgh Penguins and then Carolina against the New York Rangers. Mario Lemieux has a great game. He had a hat trick against the Devils. Suspension for Sergei Fedorov. Ooh, he's going to miss 1 game. Thankfully for Sergei Fedorov, it's not Sergei Fedorov from last year's series that I ran. He probably would have missed 50 games or something. That was so ridiculous. He got suspended so much, and the number just kept creeping up. I think like the last suspension he got was 17 games or something ridiculous like that. Alright, so I believe that next season is gonna be the last. Is gonna be the last year for the challenge, and the only thing that I really need, unless Abby Bullen comes back to being in the realm of 3.5, 4 stars, I think that I'm gonna need to go and get a goaltender. I'm very satisfied with the rest of my team, but I got screwed over for my goaltenders, and I paid the price in the playoffs. Sergei Fedorov is back from suspension, so back in the lineup over there. Oh, I have to select Hall of Fame nominee. Let's see here. Oh boy, I really have to select somebody. Yeah, let's go with Cashman. There you go. Alright, so... Oh, Rob Blake got hurt. Oh, okay, so apparently the Tampa Bay Lightning still holds practices after elimination, and Rob Blake gets hurt for a month or 2. That makes a whole lot of sense. Right, our season is over, I don't really care, but yeah, he's out for 5 weeks with a strained PCL. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, ready for team practice. Yeah, we saw what happened to Blake during team practice that we don't need. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at those series. I haven't looked at the games at all. Alright, so Vancouver is up 3-1 against the Sharks. That series is tied at 2. Pittsburgh swept the Devils, and the Rangers are up 3-1 against Carolina. Alright. Alright, Michael Anzus is almost ready. Brian Rafalski ready for contact. Yeah, I guess Uggs from your wife or something. Rangers eliminated Carolina, Vancouver eliminated San Jose, and Colorado is up 3-2 in their series against the Detroit Red Wings, while Colorado was like on the brink of elimination. Michael Lanzus says that he's ready to play. Alright, so we're going to add him. Right, Ryan Rafalski says, I am ready to play. Oh, I forgot to check. But yeah, Colorado eliminated Detroit. Okay. Alright, so Mario Lemieux is day-to-day. But he still had the time before being hurt to score a hat-trick against the Rangers. And Luc Robitaille also had a good game. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Avalanche. So in Game 1, Pittsburgh beat the Rangers 5-2, and Vancouver beat Colorado 5-4. Alright, Pittsburgh beat the Rangers again, and Vancouver beat Colorado again. Alright. There was no stopping Owen Nolan. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Alright, so Pittsburgh is up 3-0 against the Rangers, and Colorado won. So now that series is 2-1 Vancouver. Rangers avoided elimination, so it's 3-1 Pittsburgh. Vancouver beat Colorado, so they are up 3-1. Looks like we might have a Stanley Cup final of Pittsburgh against Vancouver this year. Pittsburgh eliminated the Rangers in 5. Colorado is still alive. They won against Vancouver. And Vancouver eliminated Colorado, so we're going to have a finals of the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Vancouver Canucks. Oh, Straka got hurt. Sustained in training. Okay, training I can understand because the players still, train during the off season and everything. If I'm going to get off ice injuries, might as well get them when we're not playing. Alright, and the Stanley Cup Finals is about to start. And Pittsburgh won Game 1 against Vancouver 2-1, and they are up 1-0 in the series. Alright, Rob Blake, Martin Straka. Pittsburgh won Game 2 3-1. They are up 2-0 in the Stanley Cup Final. Looks like Pittsburgh might win the Cup. Well, it doesn't mean anything. We won the first 2 games against the Devils, then we lost the last 4, so... no further punishment for McEachern, so he is not suspended, and Martin Straka is recovered from his facial cut, and Vancouver won, so now Pittsburgh is up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup Final. Mario Lemieux had a great game. He had 3 goals and 2 assists. Alright. So now Pittsburgh won 8-3. Oof, that one hurts. So Pittsburgh is up 3-1 in that series. And I believe that it's over. Yep, Pittsburgh won 6-3, and they won the Stanley Cup in 5 games. Penguins left alone at the top. Alright. Raimo Elminen hosts charity ball hockey game. Alright, so Raimo Elminen with Phoenix is now a better person. Oh god, I have to vote. There you go. Alright, now we're gonna advance all of this here. Woohoo, I got extended. That's gonna be the last time, I believe. Oh, Rob Blake is getting close to return. Good for you. Oh, alright. Thomas Graydon wants to stay. What are you, a scout? Yeah, you can stay. Chapman is a scout. Yeah, you can stay. Bumbako. What are you, a scout? You can stay. Oh, assistant coach, Warner Galte. I don't have any beef with you. You can stay. That's fine. My trainer. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't think anybody can save Steve Ruchin from getting hurt, so. Alright. Oh, amazing off-season workout regimen for Vladimir Tsiplikov with Pittsburgh. So now he's getting a boost. Not a whole lot going on here. Since I'm not resigning McGillney, let's see if I can get something from. I'm going to go ahead and pause. I don't want to do all of that on screen. That's going to take a while. I'll be right back. All right. I made a trade offer using one of the offers that was offered to me, and I have bonified it, and I am getting a decent goaltender. Of course, I had to get rid of Abby Boleyn in the trade, which is fine. I haven't won anything with him. Oh, they said no way. Okay, that it said that they were going to make the trade. I don't know what happened. Okay. Um. So that was my trade offer, but my guy said that they would accept the offer, but they didn't. Alright, so I was going to send McGillney Abibulin in a second round draft pick for Mikhail Pivanka and Olaf Kozig, but they don't want it. So I'll figure something else out at another time. I'll just let McGillney walk, that's fine. I was offered garbage for him. Pivanka was pretty much the best player that was offered to me. Pat Burns got fired in Toronto. Oh. Yeah, Toronto went 25, 47, and 10. And he's replaced by Lindy Ruff. Lindy Ruff is going to be the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Paul Holmgren is canned in Phoenix. He went 23, 49, and 10. They are getting rid of him. And Barry Trotz is going to be the coach now in Phoenix. All right, and now is the awards ceremony. Alright, so the art goes to Mario Lemieux. Connie Smythe goes to Mario Lemieux. The color doesn't go to Mario Lemieux. He cannot win it. Kevin Weeks, goaltender for the Flyers. Oh my god, the Flyers have a goaltender, folks. Norris goes to Nick Lidstrom. I called it. The Selkie goes to Ron Francis. Vizina goes to Dominic Hasek. GM of the Year goes to Dean Lombardi. And the best coach goes to Brian Sutter. We didn't win anything. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of that. That's the... Alright, and that's where we're going to go and stop. So, yet again, we couldn't beat the challenge. We got challenged in net, and that's that. So I'll see what happens with Abby Bullen, if he goes back up in ratings or not. I might go ahead and trade him. I might keep him. I might look for a different goaltender. We'll see what happens with that. I believe next season is do or die. I'm pretty sure that's the last year of the challenge, so I need to win the cup, absolutely, or this is all going to be a fail, and who wants to fail? I don't want to fail, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. And as usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in, and if you've liked the video and you would like to help support me and my channel, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff, and until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.